Ultra Beast Gohan. Whether you have him or not, you definitely want more Chrono Crystals, so you can potentially pull more Beast Gohans or go in on a different banner. The point is, you need Chrono Crystals, and I've got you in this guide here. The video's timestamped, so you can navigate the video easily, but to maximize your Chrono Crystals, be sure to watch the whole video. Press that like button, let's get into this. Right, so the first thing I want to address is all the new events coming in. This is recorded literally on the day Beast Gohan drops, so not everything will be out yet. On the screen here you see I got the New Year's gift raid. This won't be available in game yet, but it will show up as we get closer to New Year's, and you're definitely going to want to play this. You can get Legends Limited Z power, but more importantly up to 1,500 Chrono Crystals, which is obviously going to be good. It's going to look like this, and you're going to have to do all 5 bosses with different elements, and you just keep playing it. It's similar to co-op, and you'd be able to get the Chrono Crystals as a result. But not just that, Toshi also mentioned the fact that there's going to be Hoi Poi. It's also not in the game at the current moment that I'm checking, so you're gonna have to wait for this to come up, and it should come up in the next couple days, closer to New Year's. Right now we're at Christmas, so Merry Christmas, by the way. You got all the steps for the Hoi Poi, and you'll be able to get Chrono Crystals through that. And there's also a festival challenge battle here. I don't think this is in the game either right now, but you can get 500 Chrono Crystals from this, and then everything else, I think they showed the tower battle. This is already in the game, but I'll bring this up in a second, well, later in the video anyways. You can get 1,000 Chrono Crystals from this, which will help you out. So yeah, quite a bit there. 1,500 from the New Year's raid, I believe. There's even going to be a PvP season, but that's also just standard, you know. The Hoi Poi should get you quite a bit, and there's also going to be the challenge battle, which can get you 500. So quite a few new events coming in, but they're just not here yet. I know you want to summon right now, but you're just gonna have to wait till the New Year's events start unfolding, which should be in the next week. All right, so the first thing we're gonna get into is raid. I spoke about it just a bit with the New Year's ones, but the ones out right now, it's quite important you play the Happy Holiday raid versus Fusion Zamasu. That one's gonna be important because it's gonna disappear pretty soon. 21 hours at the time I'm recording this, it'll probably be even less. But you should play in order of the ones that are going to disappear, and essentially it's just a repeated co-op where you're getting these medals. You keep getting the medals and then you use them in the exchange shop, and in both exchange shops, even though mine will be empty because I've already got them, you can get Chrono Crystals. So if I actually go to the exchange shop right here, there'll be a bunch of stuff. There was Chrono Crystals here, Z power, I think even a message, there's slot removers, energy, and some stuff like that. Basically simple stuff, but the main thing you want is the Chrono Crystals. So essentially build your team accordingly. So I'm going to go to the other raid right now just to show you. So you go to it, same thing with the exchange shop. It's literally a similar exchange shop, so I'm not going to show you the exchange shop. But what you want to do with your team formation is you want to use the boost bonus characters. Now with the bonus characters, what you're trying to do here is get that number on the right to 100%. The 100% implies your drop rate. So let's say you keep doing the co-op mode because you're trying to get medals, so you keep doing it, keep doing it. It's very easy to do, by the way. Every time you finish, it's not a guarantee that your drops will be 100% if you're not at 100%. Does that make sense? So I'm meant to get 175, but I might not get 175 every single raid if that number isn't 100% at least. So you have to get that up to 100% if you can. If you can't, there's nothing you can do about it. Your drops will just be inconsistent. And then try to get as many boost characters as you've got. So you can see here I've got a few, so I'm going to actually add Beast Gohan to the list, and then you can see the number went up to 215, which is obviously nice. But yeah, raid is very easy. Try get a friend to do it. If you don't have a friend, join my Discord server. There'll be somebody that will want to raid with you because it's easy Chrono Crystals, and there's also just other rewards that you can benefit from. So yeah, raid, that's the first method. We've got Legends Battle Royale. This is the second method. This comes around pretty often, to be honest, when there's a new PvP season. That we just had one. It was for Weapon Wielder Future and Margin Buu Saga. So if I go into the details, it's literally just a PvP mode where every time you log in you get tickets, right? And those tickets will be put towards you being able to play. So you can do maybe 8 battles, and then every time you win you get these medals, and with the medals you can exchange them for Chrono Crystals. If I'm not mistaken, 2 of those medals from winning is 100 chrono crystals, and you can get up to 300 chrono crystals, so you'll need 6. It's not difficult, to be honest, in most cases, but of course if you don't have the new units, this is not going to be possible. The exchange shop looks like this, but this one's going to disappear. But what I'm trying to say is, even though they haven't announced it, it's very likely that there will be one, at least in the early new year or heading towards New Year's. There's Z-Power and stuff, there's messages and stuff, but the main thing you want will be on the recommended page, and at the top it will be chrono crystals 2 for 100, like I mentioned. This one here is more valuable for early game players, but if you haven't done this, you're gonna want to listen up. It's called soul boosting. You guys know what that is because you have to upgrade your characters, but did you know it's a very big source of chrono crystals? Now what you'd want to do here, change this over here to boost panels, unlock boost panels, right? And I'm just gonna set it to my sparkings only, right? So you can see all these characters have like up to 426. Some of them are just at 61 for some reason, but if you try to max them out, it'll be 426. And for the Zenkai, it's 864. But just for ease of like visually ease, I'm not gonna show any Zenkais. Now for every, I believe, 100 boost panels, right, you're able to get 10 chrono crystals. Now if you look at how many characters here, everyone has 426, so for just one character that's 40 chrono crystals, and I believe this happens up until maybe 200,000 boost panels. So there's too many characters that you could easily boost, and it's very quick now. It used to be something you'd have to do manually, but if I just bring up, for example, this Goku over here, if I go to soul boost, you can literally just press it, one button, soul boost, and it happens. Unlocked all of those panels, that's 426. But it's only up to 200,000, so I'm a late game player, implying that I've been playing for a long time and I've had my account for a long time, so this is not going to be useful to me anymore. But if you're new to the game, this could be very effective. So you just want to set that to unlock boost panels and maybe start by the elements, so maybe red, yellow, purple, green, blue. Start with your sparkings, don't worry too much about Zenkais. You can then do some EXs and even heroes. I advise you do your ultras first because you're going to use them, you know. But yeah, that's how you'd want to go about it. And if you want to know where you can collect your chrono crystals, you go to the missions, you go to events, and it'll be in the Z mission section, and it'll be somewhere in here. But obviously, like I showed you, I can't do it anymore because I'm way past 200,000 boost panels. But yeah, the number might be wrong on what the max is, but it's essentially like that. And I think it even changes from 100 every 100 boost panels to 200 at a certain point. But yeah, it's easy chrono crystals. Just use your souls and upgrade your characters and you'll be profiting off it majorly. This method here is called the equipment rolling method. It's very useful if you don't care about slot removers or equipments, you just want the new characters. So in this case, I've got 35 slot removers, but you might have 999 because you don't use them. And also if you've been using the raid method that I mentioned earlier, you'll have a lot of just in general raid medals that you can exchange for slot removers, which you could also use for this method here. So I've got this equipment here, for example, Dragon Fist. But what's good about this equipment is the third slot, they have these conditions. Now you've probably seen these equipments before where they have 3 different options that you can get. Now why this equipment is good is because right now on my third slot, I have the lowest possible option. Unlike these other slots where they work percentage based, or 5 to 8%, this is either 10% damage inflicted, 20% damage inflicted, or that triple stat one. I can't get anything else. So as you can see, it's already a Z, and if you didn't know, for equipments, I believe it's S or higher, and for equipments Z or higher, for every 10, and I think at some point it might go to 100, you get 10 chrono crystals. So there's a payout for it. So I'm going to show you here, for example, because it's already at the lowest, even if I do it like what, 5 times, right? I'll just do it so you can keep going. It's going to go yellow pretty easily. Okay, I got unlucky 5 times, but that's good. It doesn't matter. This is me re-rolling a Z every single time. And then for every 10 I'm doing this, I'll be getting 10 chrono crystals. Very easy to do. You go to your mission tab, you go to the Z mission section, and there should be a mission that tells you about, you can see the equipment A or higher. Pretty easy to do. There's a bunch, and I'm in the high numbers, so I'm still getting rewarded for it, but I think I've hit the max, just so you know. I think it might be 70,000. But so you know what equipments these apply to, if you go to the equipment section, go to upgrade, then what you want to go to is ultimate equipment collection, I believe. Yes. Then you want to look for certain equipment. So for example, Soda Hop Trunks here, right? If we look at his one has the 3 condition here. What you want to do is try get a red slot on the first slot, so then at least the first slot is good. The middle slot just has to be good enough so that whenever you get re-roll a third slot, even if it's the lowest option, the equipment will be a Z, which puts you in the best position. And there's a bunch. It's not just Sword of Hope Trunks. Like I showed you, I started with Super Saiyan 4 Goku's. Bardock and Goku's has that 3 condition. And there's a bunch of others, but there's also some that don't. So if I go to the very bottom here, if I can find one that doesn't, Margin Vegeta over here, his doesn't. You can see it's just a percentage on the third slot, so it wouldn't be a good example. But there are lots that do, like the Gammas, Blue Bros, I believe, Trunks and Vegeta, Vegeta Blue. Go for those guys. Anyone that you like, it doesn't even matter. I just have the 4Q one because I use it for these guides. And you can just keep re-rolling it using your slot removers. Next, we got the friendship method. This is something you can do gradually every single day. And you can see here I've got the Let's Fight. You should play your Let's Fight every single day. You can get Chrono Crystals from this. Now what I'm going to show you is my friendship team. You can see this here. I've got this team full of friendship equipment. You're going to want to get 3 for every single character that you can put on a team, and you'd be maxed. So in this case, there's 6 characters. So you times that by 3, you're going to need 18. Simple. You're going to need 18 Z pluses, or godlies are now. I forgot they upgraded. But first thing you should focus on is just getting a red slot on the first slot for 18 of these. And then from there, you can just gradually upgrade them one by one. It's very useful long term, but it's not the most necessary thing. You can get these from the Equipment Metal Exchange shop. If you build a team similar to this, it doesn't need to be perfect. But of course, I've perfected mine over a long period of time. And then what you can do is, if I show you just the character list, right? So for every, I think it's every level, if I actually just change my Sparkings and Ultras, yes, and then I want to put the friendship rank on. So here, for every level that you go up, you get a bunch of Chrono Crystals. I think it's like 10. And you can see some characters I have really high, so I have quite a bias here. My Vegetos are cooking. I don't need to focus on them though. Once you get past, I believe, like Friendship 5, it takes way too long for it to be worth it. Even Friendship 2, from there, it's a hassle. So what I advise is you just get everybody from Friendship 1 to Friendship 2, and you can literally do that in one battle. Now, I'm not going to do that because I'm prioritizing, and it doesn't make a difference past Friendship 10. It's only useful to Friendship 10 in Tournament of Power. If I'm not mistaken, it increases their health and their key recovery in Tournament of Power, but past Friendship 10, it's irrelevant. But we're looking for Chrono Crystals here. I'm just going to use my Vegeta Blue as normal, and after the end of this run, I'm going to have to yap just so you can see this, but after the end of this run, you'll see that I'm going to gain some Chrono Crystals, assuming that my Vegeta Blue levels up. It's pretty simple, you know, just keep doing it. And I'm only leveling up my Vegeta Blue because I have a bias. I want him to get to level 100, but regardless of if I did that or not, it'd be faster to just do all my EXs to 1 level up. You can see 3 Chrono Crystals for just that 1, 2, 3. Also, it's for everyone. You can see there. Easy. For every single diamond, it's 1 Chrono Crystal, so that's nice. And I do that every single day. Imagine if I was using a character I've never used before, it would be so easy. They probably level up from 1 to 2, especially with the team that I have. So yeah, that's the friendship method. It's really if you're trying to scrape Chrono Crystals, but it will help you out. The story mode. Every time somebody tells me they want Chrono Crystals, but they haven't finished the story mode, they haven't grinded all the stars in the story mode, it just tells me that you're not serious about the Chrono Crystal grinding, because the story mode is easily the biggest method to get Chrono Crystals in this game. I believe it's like a 5-in-1 maybe, but I'll explain how. First of all, let's focus on the stars, right? So I'm just going to use Frieza's part here, part 2, and you can see it's 728. So if I actually bring up my calculator, right, every single star there is approximately 3 Chrono Crystals. You're not including the last one because you get rare medals, but you just times that by 3. That alone, just off the challenges, is what, 2,184 Chrono Crystals. That's insane. Then you also get Chrono Crystals for your first time clear. That's another set of Chrono Crystals. And then for just clearing every single story mode, whether it's the one that has dialogue or it's an actual battle, you also get one of these here. So you can get 10 Chrono Crystals here. That's 3. Then on top of that, you get these Z things so that you can level up. So once you get to a certain point, you also get more Chrono Crystals from just leveling up. That's 4. And then the final thing, there's a thing called more Legends missions. It's actually gone for me. I think I've finished it, but you guys should have it if you haven't finished the story mode. It should be here, unless they moved it. I don't think they have. I just think I've finished it, all the challenges. You'll be able to get Chrono Crystals, I believe it's like every 50 stars that you get in the story mode. So there's 5-in-1 Chrono Crystals from the story mode. If you're not playing the story mode, don't know what you're doing. It doesn't expire, so you might not want to prioritize it over the other methods in this video. It's going to be there forever, but boy, there's so many chrono crystals to obtain in the story mode, so definitely be sure to play that. In the same way I mentioned the story, the events work the same way, but the only reason I'm mentioning the events is to help you with your prioritization. So what you want to know is that a lot of these events won't disappear, like all of these on the special, all of the upgrades won't disappear. The original series, besides the first two, the rest of these don't move. So you see this Advent Frieza, Ginyu Force, Vegeta, Nappa, Raditz, they don't leave. So you don't need to prioritize them. But these two, even though it doesn't have a date on them, they will leave. They will leave. There's a time limit on them. I think it's like 20 something days, but just because the days are too high, it doesn't show you the expiration. And then the recommended, like I showed you at the start of the video, the raid only has 21 hours left. It'll probably be way less from the time I've uploaded this video because I have to edit it and whatnot. But then there's all these other ones. These don't give you chrono crystals. Also be wary of that. So you need to prioritize what gives you chrono crystals and how many days you have left to do it. So this tower here, I'm not going to leave it because I want to get it done fast so I can get the chrono crystals. But I have 19 days to complete it, which gives me a higher chance of getting it done later. Whereas this one here, 21 hours, I've got less time, which means I have less of an odds to get it done. So you want to prioritize these. These two, if there's an expiration date, and the co-op as well, but I'll get to that in a second. But yeah, very simple. Just make sure the events you're doing is based on the expiry. And these are also one a day, and you can also get them, I believe there's like first time. Oh no, the first time they don't give you chrono crystals. Sometimes there's events like that give you chrono crystals from the first time clear, so you want to do all of them, but this one you don't really need to. Now at the time I'm recording this video, PvP is actually down, but you don't have to worry about that. What I'm just trying to explain is PvP will get you chrono crystals. Now what you want to prioritize in regards to PvP is one good team, you know. Team I've been using is this team. I don't advise you copy it because this is a pre-Beast Gohan team, but this team was getting me places and I enjoyed using it. It's just more of a fun team though. It's not really meta relevant. If you wanted to use something meta, you use Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3, Goku, Ultra Majin Vegeta Blue is meta relevant though. But yeah, with playing PvP, it's like a 3-in-1. So you get chrono crystals from your potential mission plan, you get chrono crystals from the missions tab. There's a whole PvP section. There'll be coins. If there's not chrono crystals, there's coins, and that you can use in the exchange shop. And then in the exchange shop, there's a PvP exchange shop. So in this case, this is the old season, but there's going to be a new one come up once PvP's maintenance finishes. The Festival Duel 2024, and at the top, I believe you can get 1,000 chrono crystals. Well, not just that, there's also the treasure battle, which you should be playing in the festival. Over here, you can get chrono crystals. They even reset and added more, so you should be taking advantage of PvP. All you need is one good team. If you have some of the new characters or any new characters, it's much easier. But one good team, you rank up, you can get chrono crystals at the end of the season, which is every 2 weeks, sometimes 3. They even double the chrono crystals. So I believe if you get top 10,000, you can get up to 1,000 chrono crystals, or even over, depending on where you place in your group. So you should just aim for top 10,000. I believe this season I placed like top 13,000. That doesn't make a difference because it's below top 10,000 or above, depending on how you wanted to see it. I think I'm gonna get 400. You get 800 for top 10,000, and depending on your group, you'll get at least 200, which makes the 1,000. And it could be more than that if you're first in your group. Then there's the exchange shops I already explained. So at this point, I'm going around in a circle, but there's multiple chrono crystals from playing PvP, and you should take advantage of it because you're gonna benefit. The next one I got here is Tournament of Power. People don't like playing this, but it's really easy once you just set it up, and you don't even need to play it yourself. Look at me, I get 1,000 chrono crystals every single 2-week reset, and I don't know what I'm doing. So that's to tell you that you can do it too. I've got a section in my Discord server that will help you out, but the things that you want to know about Tournament Power, obviously every 2 weeks you can get 1,000 chrono crystals, actually more than that if you include the missions, and the fact that when you get to the top, you get chrono crystals for reaching there. But yeah, the main things that you want to know is that you cannot die in this game mode. If you die, you will lose your multiplier, and this game mode is based on the multiplier. So as you're climbing up, you will get a multiplier. And if you die, you lose your multiplier and you get moved down 2 spaces. So you will no longer be able to get the max amount of number for your score once you hit the top, which is why dying is a no-no. You will miss out on the chrono crystals completely if you die. 2, you need one good team. In my case, I'm using regeneration. It's not the best team at all, but it's good enough to get me to the 1000 chrono crystals. But I also have all of these guys friendship 10. I mentioned earlier in the friendship section, friendship to friendship 10, I believe it works on health and key restore, which is why it's valuable. Then I've also got the equipments necessary. The equipments are very tedious to grind because they're in the rare medal exchange shop, and honestly the problem is the bonanza doesn't work on them. Then on top of that, you just need the right route. So if you join my Discord server, there's a route that's dropped every second week, so it's a 2-week tournament power thing. Once you get to 25, you can do the whole thing all the way up, and literally it's very simple as long as you follow the guides available in my Discord server. Like I said, I don't even know what I'm doing, so don't ask me anything about tournament power. I just follow the guide, have a good enough team, worked on one team, and don't die. I make it my priority not to die. You should also avoid healing if you can, but if you need to, it's better to heal and live than not heal and die. We got hyperdimensional co-op. So many people sleep on this because it's tedious, but it used to be way worse. You used to have to do this 3 times a day, and you know how you can rush mid strike or blast? You couldn't do that before. Similar to PvP, you'd have to actually stand still. So the game is a lot more improved right now, and it's very easy to do. Make sure you do the extreme one every single day to get higher bonus rewards. You want to get the dual coins because the dual coins can be used in the exchange shop for chrono crystals, but let me get to that in a second. For every first clear of these, of course, you're going to get chrono crystals. There's also challenges which also give you chrono crystals, and that's for every single difficulty, so go ahead and run through those. Then with your dual coins, you take them to the exchange shop, and at the bottom there'll be chrono crystals. It's not there for me because I exchanged them already, but if you want to know the prices, I believe for 100 chrono crystals it's 1,500 dual coins. So if you buy 300 chrono crystals per season, it will be 4,500 dual coins. Not too expensive, but it takes a couple days of grinding. But the co-op exchange shop, or the whole co-op season thing, it doesn't reset for I think at least 2-3 weeks. So you'll be fine, man. You'll have enough time as long as you're playing the extreme. If you just have a decent enough character, you don't even need high stars as well. Like I'm not using anything crazy. Kid Boo, like, you know, as long as you get the joint rush with the person you're playing with and you have type advantage with your element or a new character, then you'll be able to clear this. This is 14 days left and it's already been here, I believe, for a week maybe. So yeah, that should speak for itself. Don't sleep on it just because it's annoying to play. Everything's about gradually accumulating so you can have your best odds on summoning. We got the mission plan. So many people sleep on the mission plan. Always choose the battle lovers plan, even though it's tedious to play PvP, but it will give you the most amount of chrono crystals, especially as a free to play. I've not been using any pay to win methods. I have the legends pass, but that's only because I'm a content creator and I like to do things quickly. I don't buy CC anymore, so you can see I don't have it unlocked. But as a free to play, you only get, I believe it's 500 chrono crystals, and then if you get the premium, I believe you can get up to 2,000, so it's 1,500 extra, which is actually a big amount. So a lot of people would actually like that, if I'm not mistaken. If I do the maths, look, 500 free 2, so that's another 1,000 there, and then here's the last 500 at the top. So yeah, very easy. You just shouldn't sleep on it because it's something that are available. Just make sure you don't forget, because I've got 3 days left and I just claimed it today. I should have claimed it on the video so you can see the 500 chrono crystals. For free to play, that's a big amount. If you want to go the pay to win way, you can get 1,500 extra, so it's 2,000 in total. And always choose the battle lovers plan if you're trying to maximize your CC. In that same boat, do your dailies. I'm on my way to finish my dailies. The only reason I haven't finished them is because I wanted to record this video, and I'm actually waiting for PvP to come up so I can also use Beast San. But cool, doing your dailies is very important. Mine just reset because I got to the bottom and I got the big 500 just in time for Beast to release. But as you're going through, luckily they changed it so it doesn't reset anymore. It used to punish you for not being consistent, but now it doesn't. So just playing every day is important to get to 500 faster. If you miss a few days, that's fine because it doesn't reset anymore. But it's what you want. You want chrono crystals, so make it to the end and you get 1,000 every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks? Yeah, 14 days, 2 weeks. Yeah. Very simple, I'm not gonna lie. The only thing that comes with it is like the login bonus. You guys know when you log in, just make sure you choose chrono crystals, and that's about it. They kind of go pair and pair because it's a daily thing. We've got RNG. Now, this is not exactly one of my favorites, and if you don't know what RNG stands for, it stands for random number generator. What this implies is whether you're lucky or not, you'll get chrono crystals. Now on the weekend, so Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, crazy Mondays are part of the weekend, but Japan, you know, you'll be able to get these adventures. You get an adventure, one each day, and it has a chance of dropping you 100 chrono crystals 3 times. So if you're lucky, through Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, you could get 900 chrono crystals. But obviously that's not going to happen. You might just get 100 each day if you're even super lucky. But yeah, it's the weekend adventures and it drops you chrono crystals. And the only other thing that is RNG based for chrono crystals, I believe, is the treasure battle. But right now, because it's the festival going into New Year's, the treasure battle isn't in its normal state. It's giving you these flowers so you can go to the treasure battle exchange shop, but normally it isn't like that. You'll just have a random chance of getting 1,000 chrono crystals for doing your treasure battle every single day. It could be even less. I believe there's even 500 and 100, but you know, it's all RNG. It's not a segment I really like, but it's something that's involved. It's a gacha game. And we've got the last segment of this video. We have the shop. I am no longer paid to win, but as an ex-paid to win player, I know what's most valuable. You want to consider getting the mini steps over here. You want to get the monthly pack. So it would look like this. It will look like this, but like this one is here because there's new banners out, so they're always bringing it out. They're the cheapest ones. You get a quick 1,000 chrono crystals, but if you're really looking to profit, the idea is to spend more. So the digger robot and the mission plan. I think the mission plan is the most worthwhile thing out of anything that you could buy a pay to win. But the digger robot, there's 2 digger robots. So there's the red one and there's a silver one. The silver one gives you more chrono crystals in less time. The red one gives you less chrono crystals and it takes more time. So it's a double positive for the silver, but you're spending almost double. Whereas the red one, you're spending half, but it's just way worse, you know. So it depends on how patient you are, depends on how you're saving. Ideally, the silver one's best, but the mission plan clears all of them. And then outside of that, depending on how much you have, obviously, if you're trying to spend big bucks, the monthly packs are actually really good. 3,800 for £40. Obviously, £40 is not a good price regardless, but if we're talking comparatively, it's the best thing you can get. But I'd only consider the mission plan and the digger robots, me personally, as well as these special sales that are only 1000 cc, and as well as the mini step. But yeah, I'm not paid to win no more, so you can see all my sales are unused. But yeah, man, that's going to be the end of the video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video, putting this together to give you guys the best odds. Let me know if this video helps. Do you have Beast Gohan? Do you not have him? Then in the comment section below, there'll be other people in the same situation as you, fortunately or unfortunately. Well, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you haven't already, make sure to press the subscribe button. We're on this grind to 200,000 subscribers. I appreciate you guys for watching, man. My name's Zakashi, guys, and I will see you guys in the next one, man.